Choppers of the trenches, kicking those and jumping fences. Choppers of the trenches, kicking those and jumping fences. Choppers of the trenches, kicking those and jumping fences. Counting those, pushing hoes, and fucking niggas bitches. Choppers of the trenches, kicking those and jumping fences. Choppers of the trenches, kicking those and jumping fences. Choppers of the trenches, kicking those and jumping fences. Counting those, pushing hoes, and fucking niggas bitches. Boy, I come up from the north side, we grew up here in the list. Rockin' Yates and Cupid chains, all the hoses on my dick. I ain't fair, no nigga, I'm the beast up in my clip. Throwing up gang sign, we shaking up in this bitch. I'm a product of my environment in the vid with some stick. Oh, you know how I'm coming, got the gang in this bitch. And everybody night and niggas starting some shit. We gon' stump you niggas out, then we leaving with your bitch. Like, pull up where you sleeping, I'm a nightmare nigga in the flesh. Talking
to this nigga, man. Hey, topics to the trenches, man.
Oh my god.
Fat Boy Fresh, we take it in.
Just Jazz.
300.
We got Vaughn in the building, man. Conforce, city activist, man. So as we know, it's been a lot of craziness going on in Milwaukee, man. So we just want to kind of have a conversation about what's been going on. And I invited you because I know you know not only what's going on, but you really in the streets trying to make a difference and make a change. And also, you know, y'all got the initiatives going, everything. So I kind of want you to just give an insight on what's going on in the city and how y'all rocking to really help. So, you know, kind of give us a background on how you got into everything. Just give us a background on you first to kind of get everything going.
You know, Milwaukee born, 414, all that stuff. Only difference for me, man, I was sent away when I was 4 to Mississippi and came back at 14 for high school. So I got a very different, like, that transition for me was different than most people in Milwaukee. So, you know, I credit that to a lot of stuff that, you know I got to see a lot of different shit. I got to see, you know, my uncle, he owned a car lot, you know, went to work every day and sent me to private Catholic schools, all that good stuff. It was down there like some Fresh Prince shit, you know what I'm saying? But then I came back here. It was homeless.
A lot of broke ass niggas.
Yeah. The fuck, he thought it was better sending me, we gonna go back home with your mama. Oh shit, why you do that? You know, so I got to live on both sides of the coin, man, and see life from different perspectives. So you know what I'm saying? Start getting in trouble, shit like that, homeless teams. Same shit, man, these kids out here doing, man, running around, surviving, you know what I'm saying? Didn't have no parental structure, nobody to, you know what I'm saying, care for a motherfucker. So group homes all through high school, all that shit.
Yeah.
You know, so I know what they doing and why they doing it, because that was me, you know what I'm saying? Times is just a little bit different and more extreme, but it's the same shit, you know, pretty much. So I ended up going to prison in my 20s. And that to me was like one of the worst experiences because I shouldn't have never been there. I went on a technicality pretty much, you know what I'm saying? And so from now I was just like, man, that's fucked up. So that made me want to be like, I want to change that. And I never really got to.
How much time you doing that motherfucker?
I had a 18-month stay sitting, so it wasn't really no time. But shit, any time away from I had brand new kids, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit was fucked up for me. So you know, I just felt robbed at that point. So wanted to get into activism, wanted to get out here and do shit. I was a Facebook preacher, you know, on Facebook telling motherfuckers, we need to do this, the community need to do that. Because I mean, when shit out here, you know, when I first saw a protest, that was the first time I ever seen a protest in real life. So I got a part of that shit. That's where I met Khalil, you know what I'm saying? And from there, you know, that's how I got into this. I, you know, kind of came up under Khalil, watched a lot of stuff they was doing, learned some things, met some people, man. And then, you know, we here today, 10 years later.
You know what's funny of that protest shit, though?
Khalil too.
When I was with bro, he like, let's go. You know, my ignorant, I just want to see what this shit about. Try to get experience. My dumb ass go to jail the first day. I said, I'm out, fool. I can't you niggas. Fuck this shit. Because it was too much ahead. I had to spend some money. I had to wait on the pole. I'm like, damn, dog. What the fuck?
One of them like it was like the third or fourth day of the Jordan.
When I say,
yeah, so you came at the
that motherfucker was jiggling, fool. You hear me? 5,000 people on the highway. I was like, it was 5,000 people on the highway. That motherfucker was jiggling. I wasn't there for some Black Lives Matter. I was trying to see what that shit was about. I'm like, this shit crazy.
That was an unforgettable experience. For real. That really.
No, I could have got killed though. For real. On the serious though, that shit was fucked up.
History repeats itself though. You know what I'm saying? Every time a movement pretty much has started in Milwaukee, it always started off rough and fucked up like that. Because make a bunch of people who never been a part of that do that same thing, come out trying to be a part of it, trying to see what it's about. And you got to get that structure in and get some leadership in to get everything under control. So it has to go through that process too, you know?
Yeah, that's just, I don't know. I like protesting. For me, I don't think that shit was for me. I was just saying what that shit was about. It was fun though. Don't give me that shit was jiggy. Like when they was finessing shit, I'm like, yeah, I need to be with y'all. But when the police on your ass too, I just me right now, the lifestyle I live, that wasn't for me. I'm like, I'm cool, bro. Go ahead.
Hey, everybody got roles and like
Everybody do got
out in the
roles.
streets. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn that the hard way. Like that's what actually made me stop protesting because I found out everybody ain't out here for the same reason.
They ain't.
You know what I'm saying?
Me, shit.
75 of us got arrested on the freeway. Khalil was one of them. I'm the only motherfucker on parole. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna get revocated. I'm like, shit. Everybody else getting free. I'm like, shit. I'm finna go back up north. You know what I'm saying?
Did you though?
Nah. The crazy because so for those of y'all who know, I got arrested with the 40th house burning shit on Lloyd.
Okay.
And how people protested the jail like that happened back then. Khalil and them did that, and they made them let me go too. You know what I'm saying? So that actually happened twice to me.
You talking about
they protesting you got out of jail, basically.
Yeah, they listen. I had a PO hold.
You talking about 2020, right?
This was the first time it happened. That was like 2014, 2015.
Okay.
So Khalil and them, like I said, 75 people got arrested, 74 got out. I was the only one they was keeping. So Khalil was like, "Fuck that, we ain't going nowhere until everybody go." You know what I'm saying? They made them motherfuckers call Madison. They released my PO hold like on the spot. I'm like,
that's hard.
They say power and numbers.
But shit,
Hey.
That's just light. Like that
I get that. Before I'm fooful, I be like, man, fuck that shit. I'm in jail. Like, I can't do no jail time. I'm gonna keep that shit in bed. Yeah, true. Like that's what's honey what they did for you.
You don't know you caught a body type shit.
Yeah.
You was on some protest shit.
Yeah, man. I mean, and it's respect, you know. And I look at it like, shit, motherfuckers died for less, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers died for major shit and to get us here to this point. So I'm one of them people. I don't mind taking them hits like that. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody got to do it. Like there's a lot of people who out here talking and running around and saying they doing this and that, but they won't take them chances for you, bro. And we can't progress or move forward or get nowhere if nobody is willing to take them chances for us. You know what I'm saying?
So where's like the protesting and everything going now? Because I haven't really seen any protests in the city. I know y'all actively out here, but like what's going on now? Because I know everything somewhat died down. I'll say from at least the day-to-day shit that was going on. And I personally had stepped back for my own personal reasons, but I haven't seen like any marches or anything like that. Is that still going on in the city or what's going on with that?
I mean, you know, shout out to TPR. They trying, I guess, there's a revamping and restructuring and to, you know, figure out how to maneuver. Cause, you know, I mean, we ain't getting shot every day, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of the same stuff that still ain't been addressed.
What's TPR?
It's the People's Revolution. That's the protest group that was out here for like 440 some days consecutively. I mean, it's pretty much a record, you know what I'm saying? But you know, what we do, like I said, man, back then I moved away from the protesting because at that point, you know, and even before I got released, what I learned was sitting on that bus, you know, and hearing people complain about getting a ticket or about having to get booked and released while I'm finna go to prison. That shit pissed me off. Like, this shit ain't important enough for you to get a fucking ticket. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm ready to go to prison or worse. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it just made me look at stuff different. So, you know, man, listen.
Facts.
Like the militia group. That nigga with the shits.
Yeah.
He's ready to die for this shit.
Man.
Right,
and I mean, that's a lot, you know. But yeah, like, you know, yeah. You know, me and my team, we more on like the daily, everyday stuff that go on in Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? So people always, you know, talk about protesters and try to discredit what they do because they say we don't address what go on in our own community. They can't pull that with me. You already know, like we on the daily, we out there, you know, addressing stuff, you know, running the different calls, working with families, you know, trying to make changes in everyday issues, not just the police stuff, you know. So that's kind of what would it look like for us, especially with the city as turned up as it is right now.
And that's what I was gonna go into with you. So can you kind of give a brief like what Conforce is and like, you know, I know you said the day to day, but like what exactly do y'all do or how do y'all approach situations or different problems going on? Because like I seen like last night, you know, we seen the car that was on the high speed that was still trying to go on the motherfucking rim, still riding.
Little dog, I ain't gonna lie.
I
He
get on
goofy as
Facebook, I
hell.
see a couple people, and I see you like out there on live with it. So what is how do y'all maneuver? How do you get to what's going on, or how do you pick and choose on what you do, or you put your time on? Because there's so much shit going on in the city.
Well, we trying to get a team compiled. Like it's a bunch of us. We got a chat group, and even without that, people just tag us in everything. You know what I'm saying? Me particularly, like if it's a house fire, if it's a shooting, if it's a chase, if it's something going on at a school, at a store, we get tagged in everything. And not even just in Milwaukee, across the nation. Like a lot of these shootings and stuff, we be getting tagged in that.
Because the Ring doorbell do that shit too, don't it? Pretty much, though.
Nigga, what?
No, for real. It tell you who's shooting.
Yeah,
shit.
they got like a little
They tell
community.
you get robbed. I swear to God, you see who's stealing packages. I'm like,
Hey, look, if I could get tagged in that, I probably would. You know what I'm saying?
For real, the Ring app in your area, I swear to God, I got this shit now. It tell you
I
everything
encourage
that's
people
going
to
on.
get it. I encourage people to get it because it do have its own like alert system. Like
Yeah.
neighbors who see shit, they'll report it. So that's a different community that ain't necessarily tied to social media, but yeah, we get tagged in all that stuff. And I mean, depending on the severity or what time we got, because just imagine, man, we do a park program. We try to support everybody's events, business openings, all these meetings, the mayor and all these people throwing press conferences, and then try to go to everything that people call us and, that need help to go to. So we got to kind of pick and choose depending on what our time schedule is like and who's available to go, who got transportation, etc. And I mean, we just get out there to one, especially like in that situation where it was reported like they was exchanging shots. You know what I'm saying? So one, we got to make sure
I was gonna say that
ain't nobody getting popped up by the police. You know what I'm saying? And if it is, it's a legit situation and not just them on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of the reason why I didn't go live. I filmed the end part of it just to report it, but other than that, I mean, the situation was what it was.
The little nigga who was driving, he was exchanging shots with the police.
I mean, that's what they were saying.
Yeah, fool.
I mean, it started all the way on the south side. They was chasing for like 2-3 hours, man. Apparently, they went from the south side to Burleigh to,
Man, bro was talking about that shit. He should have took off.
I ain't
Get
gonna
the
lie,
fuck out the car.
I ain't gonna lie, the police really be bogus with that shit. Cause I was on final when that shit they came past me, and all I could think of like, but what if my shorties in the car, they hit my car? My baby or something just die like.
I thought you weren't supposed to chase. I thought that was the thing.
They love chasing. No, these kids, boys.
So this where we be trying to get like the younger crowd to get involved in this stuff. Because the reason why, like before, they had a chase policy where they couldn't chase you.
Okay.
And that's where we wanted it to stay at. But y'all know when they throw these town halls or something where you complain, who show up? The older people.
Yeah.
And they want you to do something. So they brought that. Because they showed up and complained, they brought that back.
Okay.
So because there was no just me and like 2 other people saying no, don't do it, the majority rule. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we be trying to get people in tune with what's going on with these meetings, so we can prevent stuff from becoming law or policy that's gonna end up. You know what I'm saying? Because now I've seen plenty of people hit or messed up by not just the person they chasing, but the police flying through lights with no lights and all that stuff. So we be trying to keep people in tune.
One day, the right motherfucker, they gonna learn.
Hey, but I ain't gonna lie though, these little niggas do be doing their ass though. Like that's what be crazy. Like they don't get on fucking the little niggas cause this shit too.
Mm-hmm.
You niggas going to Fond du Lac to Villard to Hampton, Capital. That shit busy as fuck.
You supposed to go where busy at.
Little dog was.
Get away.
This nigga went from the South Side to Hampton to Brown Deer. I'm like, nigga, you went Brown Deer?
How old is he?
I don't know.
I don't actually think it was no teen. I think dude may have been in his 20s.
Oh.
Wow.
I mean, younger 20s, or maybe right there at 20. It don't sound like he was no teenager though. But that's what I'm saying. That's the other thing. A lot of times we get shown all the stuff the teenagers do, but we forget it's people in like 25 and under, in between 18 and 25 that's doing this shit too. You know what I'm saying? And that stuff we ain't really paying them no attention because we so worried about what the kids doing. You know what I'm saying? But somebody teaching these little
So did you feel like the kid Hunter dude, he was helping it, or you think it was some bullshit?
I was trying to stay away from that topic because listen, this is what what happened to him just shows the problem in our society to where we got a problem that big and nothing is being done with it. and then you got a regular motherfucker who try to step up and do something.
Right.
And it may look crazy, it may not even work or whatever, but that shows you the problem to why this motherfucker gotta be out here chasing kids and cars because somebody else ain't doing it. That's their job that they're getting paid for. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he was in a position. You know, he was in a position, and that's like us the same thing. We out here running, involving ourselves in these different situations, man. I mean, God forbid, sometimes stuff can go wrong. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't our fault. We just trying to do what we can to address the situation. So, you know.
So I don't know how true it is. I've been seeing on Facebook like today. They said that I think the mayor said they was gonna do a curfew for the kids.
Oh,
Then they was also gonna do like the kids were gonna get like a $95 ticket and their parents would get a like a $200 ticket. Was that true?
So I have not seen the specifics of, and this is my thing. Like, even if you ticket the parents or the kids, what exactly is that? So
right,
unless you put like a mandatory, like if you get a curfew ticket, right? Unless they say you're gonna get this ticket, but you got to sit 7 days. Then if you get another ticket, you got to sit 14 days. If you get another ticket, if you're not doing that, so people don't pay tickets, no way.
So you say give them jail time?
I'm saying, like, what is the point of just doing the ticket? Because it's not gonna really address the problem. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we at a point where people like do something and then we come up with something and they ain't really gonna do, just like the towing thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, these kids, these cars are stolen, or they ain't their cars, so they don't care if they get towed. You know
I see what you're saying. They is towing downtown. They was towing plenty.
Nah,
shit.
he's talking about if you go it's over 25 miles. If you going over,
if you reckless driving, so that May 1st. If you get it's on speeding, baseline, and anything they consider reckless driving, and if your license bad, your registration bad, anything wrong with your legitimacy of your car, they towing it.
That's gonna affect the working motherfucker who just ain't had their shit taken care of.
Or nigga that's waiting on that check.
That's the problem.
Before they come.
This where folks like me come in at, because that's the concern I raised. But again, I got a bunch of old people coming to these meetings saying, fuck that, we want this shit done to get these cars up out of here. It ain't their car, and they just feel like as long as people can drive and they got license or whatever, that's a problem for them. So I've had conversation with certain people who, you know, in control of that to say, hey, listen, I mean, that's cool. This is what y'all gonna do. But if it's, you know, a mama that this her way to work every day, and she may have been speeding and her license may not be right, but this her transportation, she can't get that car back. Like, I've been told that they not going, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to really focus on people like that. So if they come across certain situations, but somebody had to make that talk, you know what I'm saying? That compromise for them to be like, okay, we'll let that slide. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't been seeing a lot of told though, like from that since May 1st. I ain't seen this shit. Have you all seen?
They also sending people letters. You seen them?
I ain't see that either.
I ain't heard about that. What's going on with the letters?
So this the other thing, because you know, women, they let people use their car. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, y'all know y'all boyfriends be doing all type of weird ass shit in y'all car.
Let me get on camera.
So instead of the same way,
she let that nigga take her car while she was at work.
To be fair, I don't know her, so I don't know if that's her situation, how she living. You know what I'm saying?
So Jazz, you ain't never let that nigga try that car while you was at work. Cat.
Look. Hey, so that's the other situation.
Turn me up, Tom.
So in those cases, so they just not taking somebody else's car because of what somebody else doing. What they're doing is sending out letters to let you know, hey, somebody was driving your car. This is what they did in it. This your warning. You know what I'm saying? If you keep letting motherfuckers drive your car, something keep happening in your car, we taking this motherfucker.
That's better though. I respect.
No, but like he said though too, y'all.
Warning. Don't just say here you fucked up. Like I said, they might look at me and be like, "Oh, this nigga on some bullshit."
Hey, but like he said too though, if it's stolen, who gives a fuck? Them little niggas don't care. Shit.
Right.
It's a little nigga. They ain't gonna stop. Like
now, if it's stolen, that's different. Like, and they try to make it to where if your car was stolen and they recover it, you get some type of leeway, or they could call you and let you know to try to come pick it up. Because if they told you how to pay.
I ain't gonna cap though. Like the police really ain't even doing their job with that shit. Like motherfucker stole my sister's car like 2-3 weeks ago, and the police didn't like. We had the tracker on and tell them like, hey, this where the car. This was going on. They ain't getting no fuck.
Yeah,
we had to go get it back. Bro. Like, bro, y'all putting niggas in situations to crash out.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all, man. We you know, they complain about not having enough police, but to be honest, it's a lot of them that are purposely being lazy with their job. They don't give a fuck. They will take their time, or like, man, that shit ain't that important. You know what I'm saying? I done had people tell me, and that's what, again, back to the protest. That's what we talking about. When we talk about cleaning this shit up and getting these officers that's like that out of here, like, it don't matter if we short. Because if a lot of them fucked up, then we gonna keep running to the same problems we got. Now, if you got some decent, cool officers who gonna do their job and do it with respect, them the motherfuckers that we will fuck with. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to talk about that. The people who own the force, who are not doing their job, don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to talk about that.
Like, I mean, one thing like with the protests, that kind of always threw me off. And maybe I'm like borderline with some shit, but it's like you had people who, and I could be wrong, or you might feel different, but you had people who be like, defund the police. We don't need no police at all. I'm like, that makes no sense. You need the good cops who doing their fucking job to do their job, because otherwise, who the fuck gonna get the motherfuckers really out killing grandmas and shit like the motherfucking Buffalo?
Mm-hmm.
Who gonna lock them up? You know what I'm saying? We need the bad cops. When you said what? They should have just killed them. But that's the white privilege. That's another conversation with it.
Yeah, they don't never get that.
He can walk around.
I think you showed the picture. How many people died? It was like armed and unarmed. How many people was on there?
Yeah, it was.
That shit was crazy.
But it was just like a depiction of just like all the motherfuckers who done did these mass murders, all the white folks going in killing shit up, and they getting walked out, but these black folks getting killed for nothing.
You hunkies, that thing ain't nothing wrong with that. Fuck you.
Hey man, there's people making jokes about like that shit that dude just did in Buffalo.
Yeah, that shit.
Like, that motherfuckers really making. Somebody put a meme on Twitter that said "clean up in aisle." So and so. So like, see, this the type of shit.
That shit is funny.
That shit up there.
But this the crazy part. Somebody pointed this out to me, and it's crazy. Somebody in their 80s got killed, man. So these motherfuckers, I don't mean to call her a motherfucker, but like this lady survived fucking the real racist, hardcore racist shit to get killed by a motherfucker like that in 2022. So like,
I just seen that though. I think you talking about the same one. She just left seeing her husband from the nursing home who had dementia. Go in there and get killed. They ain't even told him yet. And see, my first thought is the son sitting on there. Well, it ain't no reason, but the son sitting on CNN. I'm going to get my lick back. Like, you little motherfucker, your mama, your auntie,
the crazy
grandma,
thing is they'll kill you. You won't even make it to the jail. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm cool with that. I'll be with my mama.
Like I said about black folks, like you said, like bro said, gonna get his lick back. You got motherfuckers right now that a nigga kill they cuz they gonna slide on the nigga, but the white man do it. They just go to the news. Fuck the news. I'm still mad at Trayvon Martin daddy.
Yeah.
Man, that's your only shorty, bro. We gotta go.
What you think about that? Like when situations happen with police brutality and they kill unarmed black folks and shit. What you think about the families going and then getting what I call the hush money, and they leave shit alone and all that? And
I mean, that's also a part of like right here in Milwaukee, like stuff happen with the police all the time. How many lawyers can you call up and say, "Hey, help me charge this motherfucker"? Like, Kimberly Motley have to come out of no fucking where, bro, and take a million cases because these motherfuckers won't. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times these families really don't have no other option for justice because they don't have nobody there to fight. They don't got no activists. They don't got no lawyers that'll go against the police because these motherfuckers all buddies. Right. You know what I'm saying? All part of the same system. So a lot of times the only real thing they got to do, especially when you got lawyers who will come from across the country and get that money for you, it's pretty much all you can do. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But again, that's work that we got to do. We got to get these kids, man, interested in becoming lawyers and interested in becoming, people in office and shit like that, because otherwise we just get two people placed in front of us that we don't know neither one of these motherfuckers, and they just like pick one. You know what I'm saying? And it's Russian roulette, like picking either one, because you don't know these motherfuckers or what they on or what they gonna do when they get in there.
How you feel about the new mayor too? Like
the new niggas.
Like, it's crazy. I ain't even vote. Like, I was like, dog, I ain't finna win. It's fucked up because I got that in my mentality. Cavalier. Like, with black people, like, I'm like, that nigga ain't finna win. They didn't got his brother and shit. That's why I ain't vote. I'm like,
see, I'm happy. I'd rather see him in there because Bob Donovan racist as a bitch.
Oh my God.
No, facts. I'm part of the problem though. I ain't vote shit. I'm like, dog, I ain't finna win.
I forgot. I ain't know shit about it.
See, this why we listen. This why again, I'm trying to get in these colleges and talk to these people y'all our age, man, because this why we got to be involved in that shit. We should not be letting people get in office and then chase them down trying to get something from them. You got to do that before they even get your vote.
But I ain't gonna lie, it be like the approach like the older people be having with that vote shit, because I ain't trying to hear it. Like you hear the same shit all the time. Like, yeah, you probably deliver it different, but the way your approach is the same approach 5 other motherfuckers had when I was 5 years ago. I ain't trying to hear that shit. That's how most people think though. You know what I'm saying? Omar said, I'm part of the problem. He know he part of the problem. It's a reason for that. You know what I'm saying? Be the approach.
But shit, the more we go through this shit, the more we got to get out of that because we see this shit getting worse and worse. These people that's getting in, all these, I mean, the racists is like literally whoever the fuck they can get done, they putting them up there. So
they know how powerful that shit is.
Yeah, we have to understand our leverage and power, dude. Like we could own and control a lot of stuff if we really put our and you ain't got to do it like physically yourself. You don't got to go to all the meetings, but support the people who do and listen to us when we trying to tell y'all something. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff is easier sending an email. If we need 20 people to send an email to a certain elected official to get something done, we need 20 people that could do that. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much in some instances all we need. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to have people involved to some level.
What is Dog Vision anyway though? I didn't even know what he do type shit.
Who, the mayor?
Yeah, all I seen was he towing cars. That's it. That's all. I don't know what the nigga do.
But see, like, so that's again like why we established our platform. Like Conforce is really created because we don't have no leverage or power or position at none of these tables. So we created our own. And when the motherfuckers come to our table or we deal with them based off of power leverage that, you know, we got enough power in respecting the community to where you may not get voted next time, or we may be able to disrupt this, what you want to do or that. So the more leverage and power that we have as a collective, because I'm one person, I don't want to speak for myself. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't want to just speak from what I think black people want because I know black people and I'm black, like a lot of other people do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to be involved in this shit, man. Otherwise, you know what else we can do? We can carve out the north side of Milwaukee. I'm dead ass serious. And this so simple, but we still can't get people to do it. 51% the north side of Milwaukee. All we got to do is have 51% of that area we carve out to say we want to become our own township. We can create our whole own township, like they got Tulsa or West Dallas or whatever. We can do that with the north side of Milwaukee.
Let's do that shit.
Then we can just make everything we want up the way we want it.
I'm with that.
But how many motherfuckers gonna do that?
I'm gonna tell them if I got $5,000 for whoever gonna do that shit. Ooh, I'm finna do that shit.
Hey,
that can be done.
Hey, for a couple dollars,
motherfucker. And this motherfuckers running around with money and able to do shit like that. But you gotta, one, know you can do it, and two, participate in it. You know what I'm saying?
But you start, I think, like something like an initiative like that. You go straight to the hood, to them houses. No, you laughing. You go to them houses and board it up. You go buy them houses up. You go talk to the owners of the houses with motherfuckers in. You tell them what you're doing, and you go block by block until you get that whole whatever section.
Let everybody know what we're doing.
And it might take some years, but
get them signatures, get them names.
It can't take. You gotta think about the stubborn motherfucker who gonna be sitting there. I ain't sending shit.
Right, because then nigga gonna be like, "Then what we gonna do? Once we get it, what we gonna do?" They be scared away. Oh, hey, we ain't gonna have no police. We ain't gonna have no stores. School. What we gonna do?
I'm gonna tell you the same shit you doing now. Shit.
Right. Better than what the fuck we got going on. Yeah.
Don't heal the hood shit. Ain't that pretty much what that shit about though?
I don't know what that shit about. I know they do a fucking block party every year. That's all I ain't know about it till years ago.
How you feel about dog? Who is the Frank Nitty?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, man. Hey, I got another person to talk to you about too. We're gonna go to him first. Where he at?
Hey man, you on topics in the trenches, man.
Right somewhere pouring gravy over some motherfucking waffles right now.
Yeah, with the white bitch.
For this.
White bitch.
With that white bitch.
Cash out money with some fucking cocaine you ready.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Hey, guys, you said what you said, bro. Niggas ain't gonna do shit.
You know damn well.
You pop the.
But nah, man, that's funny as hell.
What's up with the Tory Lowe comparisons, man? I seen you talk about that.
Listen, maybe y'all can answer this.
What's Tory Lowe?
He another actor.
Bro, I be out here. I show up to these things and motherfuckers be like, "Hey, Tory Lowe, I'm not Tory. We don't look nothing alike. I really don't understand it, bro."
He got Tory Lowe just when I said we was out there, and I said I was out there heavy in 2020, and he just gave me like this. I'm trying to jump on this wave shit. I know he been doing it, but it's just like You
It's
know,
my time.
yeah, it was like the Joel Acevedo case, you know, which what's going on with that? But you know, he was like trying to stronghold the shit and they wasn't doing nothing. It was like y'all ain't bringing no real attention to this man and what happened and nothing.
That's why I take my. There's something wrong with all us in a sense. Somebody don't like all of us for some reason, but yeah, I don't know what's going on with that case. It was to me a lot more could have been done, you know.
Which
but
case?
It is what it is.
Break down what an activist is too, because some people don't know what that shit is. Like,
I mean, per the definition, a lot of people could claim it, but I mean, in reality, we have to set a standard for what that shit is, man, because it's like any term, like a protester, like any motherfucker could be a protester, any motherfucker could be an advocate, any motherfucker could be a leader. Right. You can get a kid and be like, hey, let's walk over here, and you just led that kid somewhere.
Because when I found out what that shit was about,
you know what I'm
saying?
But I'm telling you, man, some of these motherfuckers is fucked up, dude. We just had an old motherfucker get on the news and tell them, hey, y'all remember what y'all did in the 1960s when we wanted fair housing? Can y'all bring the military? Like, nigga, like, man, you can't say that for us.
Why? You making us look bad. Just saying,
come on, man. But
you made ourselves look bad.
Yeah, motherfuckers want martial law.
Yeah,
how you want it?
They need to do something. They scared.
I mean, I think you gotta think about like going. Because like I feel about it, we was down there with all that shit was going on Friday. It's like you little motherfuckers done fucked the whole little party up.
Yeah, they did.
They're cool, chill. I said, me and this nigga walking towards the bullets. We didn't even know what was going on.
We didn't even know what's going on.
See the nigga stretched out. We was like, oh, this shit real.
This shit real. Hey, did we say? I said that shit fake.
You go the other way.
That nigga hold his. That nigga had his. Hey, that nigga had his ankle broke.
He said it's real.
I said that nigga got hit for real.
This shit real.
This shit real.
We need to go back that way. The police, hold on, y'all gotta move. We like, nigga, we trying to. We know.
He like, go over here. He says it's a crime scene. We like, nigga, we try to get to the man.
Hey, the police started laughing at us like, nigga, we didn't know. We thought it was bullshit. Then an hour later, nigga, 17 more motherfuckers.
You just seen a bunch of motherfuckers running one way and
Look,
running another way.
Running out their shoes.
You know we so black fool. Certain shit don't even sound like gunshots no more. Like you so used to hearing. I'm like they playing fool. We go close. That nigga hold his ankle. I said he hit for real.
Police around the shop and shit. We like, hold up. We like, what we just walk into?
You know it's sad for black people because they used to hearing that sound. Like that's messed up. Like you used to hearing the sound.
Hearing gunshots and smelling barbecue.
And then you know it pissed me off with downtown. You know it pissed me off with that shit though. The downtown. You got little niggas that poo shicey niggas with masks on. I would slap the shit out you. I'm come over here.
Little ass niggas too.
10, 12, 11 people with kids.
Yeah,
oh my baby.
That.
What the hell?
Crazy.
I get it's a friendly event, but it's bars and shit.
I just feel like,
come on now.
You know, they need to lock these kids' parents up, I think, in some situations.
It ain't gonna listen, bro. It's so many people who can't do nothing with their kids. Bro, listen,
every day.
You can do something with your kids.
Right now,
it's 4 men in here. And so when y'all got like in your teen years, you ain't never puff up at your pops or your uncle or no shit like that.
My daddy, hell yeah. My mama, hell no. My mama wasn't there. My mama, hell no.
But a lot of them do, and the crazy part is a lot of them don't got no pops in the house. They do it to their mama, and they run over their mama. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, G.
Hey, I would.
Moms just like me out here with a real life pop before, nigga. No cat. Like these women be on some.
Set a pop.
No cat.
Hey.
Girl.
How you doing? You can come in too. You part of the problem. Hey, tell us you part of the problem. Come in.
Don't just say on air.
Yeah, don't worry about it. They come hop on the shoulders. What do y'all think about what's going on at the bus arena?
I'm like,
what's going on?
You saw it right there.
She be on for TMJ4,
y'all
goddamn.
let her in here after hours.
They white.
You right.
All they gotta do is cut that motherfucker off.
They do not be trying to let us see here.
White people can get in anywhere that's locked.
Oh, yeah, she on the building on some bullshit.
Jazz ready to go crazy.
This owned by white people.
Don't do that.
Of course.
Of course.
You know the white people. White people always know this shit. The black people, we ease our way into it. Like
we ease into that shit like it's ours.
That's so true.
That shit crazy.
That's
sure.
the problem, though. We gotta put niggas with some money. We gotta put shit together and really start owning shit.
Motherfucker,
She got
motherfucker,
weird trying to get
the
those.
motherfucker be trying to calm my boy Kanye when he be on that shit though.
Yeah,
Kanye is a fucking genius.
He on that
Motherfuckers
shit.
ain't ready for the reality of what's going on.
this
around
nigga
here.
He a
Gemini.
distorted genius though, bro.
It might
Like,
be a little distorted.
yeah,
he a
he
Gemini. You don't understand how he coming with it.
But he
Tell me.
also look up to
That
he
man-
also
that
look
man
up to them, bro. Like when you I have a problem
He's
with black
supposed to.
people that aspire to be
Yeah.
like
Get on his ass, P.
Yeah.
Let
He's
that nigga
supposed
know.
He's supposed to.
like
You have-
every person that
He's
he
supposed to.
respects is white.
But you have,
He's supposed to.
You gotta understand
No, fuck
how
that.
they play
Because
together.
you know how
they
many
top of the
black
game.
great motherfuckers the richest motherfucker ever lived on this earth was black.
Black.
He ain't around
Like
here no
they
more.
aspire to be that motherfucker. Why you gotta be the
Cause he ain't here no
I'm the
more.
black
He ain't
Dolly
here no more.
Parton, mother. Why?
Yeah, think about it like he be saying
Fuck
I'm
wrong
the
with
Walt
you?
Disney and all that shit. I'm the Walt Disney still around. Tesla's
Hold on.
Tesla still around.
Pepsi Cola.
Pepsi Cola still around. Like,
Coke
hey,
still
you gotta
around.
think about
A
it.
nigga with a Jefferson moving on up from invented peanut butter.
Mhm.
We got some great motherfuckers too.
Yeah,
That
bro,
is
but
true.
but they
Yeah,
ain't.
Kanye do be on there.
What you think about? Because I think like kind of going back to the protester thing, like the Black Lives Matter shit, man. That
Good.
fucked everything up.
I'm so proud of them.
Like she fucked a lot of shit up, in my opinion. Like she kind of
I'm
she
gonna-
distorted
I'm-
distorted the fucking movement by stealing the money. Like you had a great thing, you didn't do what you were supposed to do with it, and now you just made the whole movement.
But
look
that
like
I
shit.
don't think they ever intended to. See, that's the thing. Like, that's what I'm saying. We gotta watch who the fuck we let be leaders and talk for us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I had a problem with Cube taking his plan to the presidents. That's his prerogative, but you can't just go speak for black people. When all them pastors went met with Trump and all that, you can't go talk for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have to be careful when they do that. You know what I'm saying? Because you can go from the north side to the east side, niggas gonna be different. You
Facts.
can't go say I represent every nigga in Milwaukee. You cannot say that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, so to do that on a massive national scale, you got to be careful with that, because the problems in like Detroit or New York is different than what we got in Milwaukee. So you
Facts.
got to be careful when you do that.
So what's the way then that you think? Because I think a lot of it be, I feel like one way, like you said, the north side gonna say shit different than the east side or the south side. How do we get one voice so that we can take that one voice and present it without them leaders and shit being scared? We see every time that when we do get the voices like the Black Panthers, the Malcolm X's, or whoever, they either end up dead or in jail. So
Niggas
that's
gotta
the
protect
tears
that-
a lot of people.
Niggas got to protect the shit, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, I appreciate what motherfuckers did for me downtown. You know what I'm saying? But people don't protect. Like, you already know, motherfuckers be trying to take us out for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I have to tell motherfuckers, like, I ain't scared of that shit. Ain't nobody sitting outside my house making sure ain't nobody fucking with me.
Right.
But in real life, a motherfucker probably should. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker probably should have did that for MLK or Malcolm X to make sure that shit didn't happen to them. But they didn't. So, white people protect their trash. Motherfuckers out here murdering people. They don't know this motherfucker, but they finna put $1 million behind them. They finna show up to court. They finna do
Facts.
all
That
this
is
shit to
true.
make sure anybody that represent them and the shit they like is gonna be protected and taken care of. We don't do that shit.
But one thing I would say about my black people though, when you do some bullshit, they putting your address on the internet. They don't get no fuck.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to them
hey,
people. They would put that motherfucking address on there.
But
This where they stay at.
Fuck with the address on. We was pulling up to that shit. We
They'll
coming to
pull
your
up
shit.
too.
gotta slide with it.
They'll pull up too. Black people don't
2000s
give a
and the nigga the 2000s.
fuck. You about to
20s.
lose your job. They pull
Hey.
up.
Hey, we got a nigga arrested out his own house, and the city made that motherfucker move. The pistol
Recently?
shit.
Yeah, I remember
This was
that.
in 21.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
happened?
Dude, I forgot what he did. But
So this motherfucker-
did a whole cookout in front of that nigga crib.
Hey, so we created protest parties, right? So it's beyond putting your address out. We coming up to that motherfucker. We gonna bring grills. We gonna bring music. We gonna throw a whole party in front of your shit and invite your neighbors. And you're like, fuck this motherfucker right here. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's hard.
so this motherfucker, apparently he had been terrorizing this area for like 10 years because motherfucker just came out telling on him like, hey man, this nigga called my kids a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, but before that, all we had is a video of him calling the neighbors a nigga. Now, but before that, I didn't know he had a charge that he didn't just call him a nigga. He actually attacked him with a chainsaw and got arrested for it. I didn't know that part. I just saw the nigga video. So we showed up party at his house. This motherfucker pulled a shotgun on us and was pointing at that motherfucker. So the police was there because he called the police on us, but he ended up getting arrested because he was in a house drunk on bail. waving a gun at us and shit. So they paraded his ass out the house, arrested him, and shit. They moved. The city made his ass move.
Damn, that's hard. See, that's what I'm
Yeah,
talking
fine.
about. Coming together.
See, that's the thing though. Now they're all finna go somewhere else. He finna sit back, get with his white buddy, and figure out how to do some shit.
Oh no, the same thing happened to him where he went. Because I got a video wherever he moved, he did that shit again, and they got him the same way we did.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
So that shit went national. That
Yeah,
shit
for
was
real?
that shit we did went national. They was talking about that shit. They was mad about that shit.
Motherfuckers had grills outside.
I think I know. Hey,
But this the thing though, bro. That shit really ain't doing shit but making the nigga even more mad, bro. Until one day he gonna load that gun up and go to the grocery store. Just say fuck it.
But see, that's why I'm saying, man. Listen, man.
That's
Black
what
people
I'm
gotta
saying.
get on their shit and not
They got
just
smoke his ass.
go around thinking that life is sweet and ain't
Yeah.
shit happening around
gotta
us.
be ready.
This motherfucker traveled 200 miles to that grocery store.
That-
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that house is ducked off. I'm like, damn.
See, that's why I like me, bro. I don't go in stores and nothing without my gun, especially when I want.
I ain't even
kids.
coming. This motherfucker out my gun. The white bitch can kill him.
Should have got killed.
Hey.
He cut the camera, delete the feed. Yeah.
Hey.
We weren't even here.
But y'all gotta, man, we gotta think about protection. We think about everything else. We think about money. We think about, clothes, fame, but we don't think to protect our shit.
Or did act
Shit,
cheap with
though,
the shit.
niggas, you know,
Hey.
Buying high points. Nobody went for a high point, bro.
What's that?
it's the
Ah!
Oh, okay.
like you said though, nigga. The thing is, niggas do think about it though, but they think about it against other black folks. They ain't thinking about it against some white folks
That's
who've been
so
training in the woods
Yeah.
and shit since they was
Facts.
15.
That's what I'm
trying to
saying.
Training in the
learn how to
woods.
shoot and shit and
Eating
skin
raw
animals.
meat. Eating raw meat.
You know what I'm
and shit.
saying?
Hell yeah, you
Everybody
ain't
that
lying.
is them, they want to go slide to the next block and kill bro over there with
Mhm.
this bullshit.
We stepped on his shoes.
You know what I'm saying? So that's
On some Damo shit.
how you think we get out that mentality? Yeah, on some Damo shit. But how you think we get out that mentality?
I mean, one, you got to think about it. You know what I'm saying? You have to really even, think to that level that type of shit is going on. Like when the white, we had the Boogaloo Boys come here, the Proud Boys, all these different groups. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't the KKK come up here with that Seville shit at the gas station?
Oh no, that wasn't there was some militia people.
They fucked them up too when they came.
We ain't fuck them up, but we
That's
had
what
a
I heard.
conversation. The motherfuckers didn't come back.
That's what I heard.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
They ain't gonna
motherfuckers
say
running
too
around
much. Shut up,
and
nigga.
it ain't too many people that showed up to that shit. Like dude, Sheriff Clark when he came here, motherfucker
that?
was really. You don't know who Sheriff Clark is?
The old
Right.
sheriff,
Oh,
racist,
bruh.
crazy
Right.
motherfucker.
Oh
Black
my
dude.
God,
Yeah,
Black
black
dude.
cowboy hat and shit. Yeah, he's black.
man.
You know what pisses me
One
off?
thing I hate more than that.
It be our own people too, though. That shit be gay.
They be tripping over their feet to impress white people, bro, and they will throw us under the bus in a
Definitely
second.
tripping
yeah.
over their
You know what I'm
feet.
saying?
yeah.
But that's what he was
true.
doing. He was geeking these white people up to join the Proud Boys and to come, get on our Black Lives Matter. Go get them. Like, y'all finna get the fuck out of here is what's finna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, we gotta have people to stand up to that shit because them motherfuckers came to Milwaukee. They came to downtown first. We ran up on their ass. Then they started going to Tulsa and West Allis. Then we ran up on them out there. And then now they doing shit around this motherfucker.
How many years ago was that?
Those
Recently?
niggas
This was
That
really
was
like
our-
this year and
the
last year.
first shit.
That's the pro.
There's sticks out there.
Hey, get your
Y'all
goofy
Hold on,
ass
folks.
over
got
here.
our shit.
Then if we're gonna talk about this, we gotta talk about that shitty Racine then.
What the?
But dog, that cow wearing
Shout out that boy Kyle.
He said, "Shout out to
Shout out to Ray House. You know
Yeah,
what
he
it
was
is?
saying it too. Yeah,
When he shot the
Explain
first
yourself.
somebody black should have smoked dog ass.
But that's the thing. It wasn't a lot of black people out there.
Mm.
Just and my thing was, it's a terrible message to tell some white folks that already came here on some racist shit that you can go where black people protest and say they scared you and kill them. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the wrong message to send white people.
Yeah, he went looking for trouble.
Yeah, he did, and he got.
That's
backed
like me
up,
going to
you know
a
what I'm saying?
gay event and say, fuck all gay people.
Right. Now they would never.
Pop their ass up.
If a
and like, oh,
motherfucker
I'm
did
scared.
that, he would not have gotten off. He would not have gotten off for that because they don't want no another motherfucker doing that, thinking they could do that. So that was my whole point of it, But yeah, they just do us any kind of way, it
This
don't
thing,
matter.
though, too. He ain't killed nobody black.
He didn't.
So that was my thing. It's like everybody was so.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
proud of.
true. You on
He
the
wasn't one of us,
But I mean,
They chased him. They
now
did,
some of them. Well,
they chased dog and threw skateboards and shit. And he
On some
started
goofy
moving.
shit.
bruh.
I'm shooting.
I'm sick too.
I'm
That's what I'm proud of.
Hey, look,
That's why I'm
like,
gonna.
that one the black dude he killed and they did some dumb shit.
listen.
I ain't chasing a nigga with a chopper
With skateboard, like you ain't
That's what I'm
shoot
saying.
me.
Like,
Hold
come
on,
on,
fam.
fam. You ain't scared of no motherfucker with no
Hold
skateboard.
on.
You got
Niggas say that, but then
AR.
dog, they got paralyzed. They supposed to stand on the police neck.
He did some dumb shit too. Why you keep walking? Like that's the shit. That's the type of shit that I don't agree with. You know the motherfucker got the gun pointed to your back. Why are you walking and trying to still get in the car?
Because
That is
they
true.
not supposed to shoot you in the back. So
They not.
that's what I would think.
But
I ain't
gonna
doing
take a
that
chance
shit.
either.
I ain't gonna take no chance either.
We
That's
ain't
true.
in that predicament, so we can't, say how we will react. Like again, man, in the
heat of the
criminal
moment.
act, the criminal ain't they job to follow directions, motherfucker. The whole point is to do a crime, get out of here.
That's true. That's true.
That's what I'm saying. People be trying to like put criminals with a good mind and be like, hey, you should follow the rules right here. No.
You're right. Yeah,
Motherfucker, I get caught later. You already said, bust the move. I'll worry about the shit later.
Yeah, no,
the
fact,
fuck?
no, yeah.
He could have shot the nigga's tires out and kept him from going somewhere or something. Come on, man.
He definitely didn't have to shoot him those 7 times.
In the back, bro.
You ain't got to shoot him.
But as black people, we need to stand up for that shit too, though.
I mean, we did. Nigga,
So
that's
what I'm
reason why
saying.
this shit happened.
That's the whole.
Well, I didn't know all the
premise of it,
detailed shit. I told
That
you I was
happened. Then they went
day
to
one.
Kenosha. Everybody went to Kenosha. That's Brock Howard and house out. Then he shut the shit down. Ain't nobody go back after that.
After that was over.
Hey,
That was the last
We
day.
cleared this shit out.
but that's the difference between them places and here. Like again, unlike
He ain't
other
doing that
parts
shit
of
in
the
Milwaukee,
country,
though.
yeah, man, listen,
Nobody's coming to Milwaukee.
Hey, look.
I tell you that.
fuck around and find out.
And the crazy part about it, Lil Dog gonna have
Hey,
a
they
nice
ride
career
Boosie
somewhere.
up here. They don't give a fuck. Tupac said them niggas coming.
Hey, Lil
Back in the
Kyle-
day, Scarface said this shit.
Lil Kyle, he finna have a good career in politics somewhere. And they finna look out for that nigga for the rest of his life. For sure, for sure.
Again, man, they take care of theirs.
Yeah, he got a game out and everything.
He do.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers gotta start killing motherfuckers when they do shit. That's just what it come down
That,
to.
basically,
You got off. Okay, cool. We gonna kill
that's
you,
it.
judge,
For
and
sure.
everybody else.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers
Like I
gonna
said,
stop letting it go.
I know niggas that slide on niggas for less. So where the fuck is y'all at?
That's what it come down to.
You niggas
But
slide on
that
niggas.
they don't.
Kid
have-
boys,
listen,
go. Kid boys, we be proud of y'all right now. Y'all take them
Niggas
kids
don't
and go ahead, go out here and do that
Niggas
shit.
Niggas don't have no loyalty
Go get that kid
to like our race no more. Like
Yeah.
we don't have that. You know what I'm saying? The kids is done with them. Them motherfuckers let they white friends say nigga and don't feel no kind of way.
Hip
You know
how
what
they
I'm
say
saying?
it.
No, I ain't gonna lie.
Give a fuck
So I got a
how
white
you say
boy.
it.
Like, listen,
You white, you can't
Fool,
say
I got
it.
a white boy for 20 years for he never said
but
nigga.
that's different.
He was
Now
straight-
listen,
he
So
was
for them
straight,
even
he
to
gonna
want to say nigga is a problem.
listen.
He ain't gonna
Listen.
say that shit.
True story. Where I grew up at, boom, it's an old nigga named Fuzzy. Vernon, you remember Vernon?
Yeah.
His uncle. So my guy Vernon, he had black, half white. I've been on Fuzzy
makes
since I
breed,
was
though.
like 9.
That's
This
different.
man Fuzzy been around black folks his whole fucking life. Like he pure white. He said I'm a white nigga. I'm a white nigga.
Hell no.
He said the other day to my wife. He's like, "What's up? I'm Uncle Fuzzy. Older. He probably like 70 something. But you can tell like when you meet this
A
nigga,
70-year-old dude saying that.
the dog was coming around. Like, what if everybody you up like he could definitely go around black folks. He don't sound like.
Yeah, my time my white boy
Right now,
is.
you be like, this ain't a white
But
nigga.
this is why it shouldn't be accepted. Period. Because
Yeah.
when you let one do it, all
They
of
all
them
gonna
can
do
use
it.
that as an
Oh, they
excuse.
gonna know.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Like even the people who let people do that around them, you should tell them, hey, you probably should do that outside of me, because somebody will slap shit out your ass for saying that.
No,
It don't
but
matter if you
gotta
say ERA.
you gotta bring in women though. This nigga, that nigga, they make it
No,
worse.
what the fuck?
That's my nigga. Say that's my boyfriend. That's my man.
And your
You always
podcast
say-
is gonna find
What you
every
think
way to
about-
blame the black women.
Yeah, we gonna blame the black women.
What you
Of
think
course.
It's
about,
always, my bitch. I say bitch is a problem.
Speaking of women though, what you
It's the
think about
same
like
thing.
these single mother households and all that shit? Like, I guess because we know that kind of what came in. What was that? The 70s with the Housing Act and all that shit. And they keep the
It
black
came in
father
before
out.
that, bro.
You say before that?
Man, in slavery, they
But yeah.
sold the fucking husband out the house.
True,
you know what I'm
true.
saying? I mean,
Just said this on Facebook.
How you think? Because I feel like I seen the conversation on Facebook. It's like we still, this generation of men, you know, with fatherhood and all that, still getting the brunt of all the bullshit that our fathers and shit did by
Mhm.
leaving and all that. And all my niggas take care of their kids. Everybody I know for the most part, there's a couple deadbeat niggas I know. I ain't gonna call them out, but you know, we trying to change that narrative and shit. You still see nothing but niggas ain't shit and all that. What you think about, you know, being in the streets and all that? Like, how do we really change that narrative of it's black fathers out here who really out here doing their shit,
Absolutely.
standing on trying to. Be
I don't think
great.
it's just highlighted enough. I mean,
It ain't.
I literally created Facebook, and I want somebody to take over it because I would drive through the city and I'll see a black dad pushing his stroller down the street. Ain't nobody paying him no fucking attention or giving him no points. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we not seeing this shit in front of us all the time, we feed into the stereotype or negative shit. And it is fathers around. Just because they don't stay in the house or they ain't with the woman don't mean they ain't around. So it's just we keep feeding into all these narratives that we hear everybody else say, just like the black men ain't stuff. I hate that. I absolutely hate that because you already know the work we do predominantly is saving and assisting black women and children. So when you say black men ain't shit, and I'm helping you, I'm black man. I'm the women.
Dude.
You know what I'm saying?
What women?
Black men. I mean black women.
Thank you.
It's crazy. I was just talking to this nigga earlier. I said, dog, when you be trolling and shit, do you be giving a fuck? He like, no. I put on Facebook today, the nigga got the cap and gown full. He child support paper going with the buzz going crazy. I thought this shit was funny. I said, if I ever get on child support, I'm really gonna force it. The bitch gonna tag me and my name on there. Well, if you was an unfit father, I had to go in on it, bitch. First of all, bitch, you don't know what I'm going
Just
through.
because motherfucker on child support on me, he unfit.
Yeah.
Right, that's very true.
Then
Bitches
I was
be
like,
mad.
shit, we got kicked out the household. She like, go to the court system.
We gotta
Bitch,
quit
it ain't that
falling in these
easy.
traps. We gotta quit falling in these traps, man.
Stereotype.
You
I
know
don't
what
like
I'm
that
saying? And
stereotype.
these are
shit.
all things that they put in place for us to be fighting with all this infighting shit. Just like the protesting. Like, it really was a whole thing that black women and the LGBTQ was coming up against the men, like, hey, like really, like trying to cancel us pretty much. Like, we need to be in charge and we need to be leading. Like, what the fuck, man? I've been doing this shit 10 years.
Let's
Some
ask
motherfuckers
Jazz.
I ain't never seen out here. How the fuck you just gonna start yesterday and be the leader?
I got a
You know
question
what
for
I'm
Jazz. I got a question for Jazz. So, Jazz, do you feel like women should run shit or men should run shit?
I am looking for a man to lead.
You-
Like in my household, I'm looking for
not your
my
household,
man.
like he
Oh,
said. So you feel like the women should have came and said they want to run it over
no.
the men. You feel like men should just let the men do it.
But why? If he's
Lead
already doing it, what is,
in what? So lead
like-
out in the community or a business or something like that is different than leading in the household.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in a lot of settings, whoever the best is equipped to lead should fucking lead.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like there's always gonna be a man that's better fit to lead than the woman is.
You think so?
Yes,
In a lot of
always
instances,
gonna be a
not.
man.
Yeah, a lot of instances not. I mean, you got a lot of dudes, man. They don't know shit. They don't know what to do. You
That's
know,
what-
women
that's
are a lot business minded,
Mhm.
like
sure.
structure shit, put shit in place. Like, they are better at certain shit than we are. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Now,
true.
in a lot of aspects, we are better equipped or better at certain things than they are.
Right.
So it depends on what your relationship and what your household is like.
I'm just talking overall though.
She better leave in the
Just
bedroom.
saying.
Different departments.
It ain't a different department.
And that bedroom
At
she
the
can
end of the
leave.
day, you a woman, I'm a man.
So you should
Right.
always lead because you're. a
Not
man.
saying me. Not saying me.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
saying,
I'm
saying me too.
Let's say he knows somebody.
Man, hey, always
and
lead.
she want to be the whatever over Wisconsin.
Okay.
And then it's a man somewhere that's gonna definitely
You
lead better
think
than
that
the
the
captain. It's
man-
always gonna be a man somewhere that's gonna do better than a woman. That's what I'm saying.
Speaking of that, let's talk about running. Like, have you
Yeah.
ever thought about running
Yeah,
for
like
political
that.
office?
I can't.
I bet you
already-
don't. You know why?
My my legal situation. That's part of they took my legs from up out under me. I can't do shit until this case over. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and literally that's what I was on the way to do. I really at one point didn't give a fuck about politics. I was the same way. Fuck voting.
Yeah.
Aside from Obama, you know what I'm saying?
That's the only time I did. That's the only time I voted. I ain't
We
gonna
are
front.
2008. Everybody, black president. Yeah, let's do it. We all down there. You was the only one of the only three niggas that didn't.
You should do it because he
Obama.
black.
You know what I'm saying? But after the second, I'm like, hey,
But you
all
know,
right,
it'd be
now.
crazy
Hey,
with.
speaking of, not to cut you off, bro. I'm just gonna say, like, speaking even with Obama, they got no goofy ass in there.
I miss my boy Trump.
Kamala Harris, dog. I didn't fuck with her before. But I seen that bitch with what's his name? He was a talk show. What the fuck is dude's name? She was dinner. She was dinner video vixen in 2001 before she even got the politics shit on the
I
red
don't
carpet
know
with
what
the
hell
nigga.
you talking about.
Who was this? What the fuck? Is it Montel Jordan, bald head nigga?
Oh, it is.
Williams on this nigga arm on the red carpet.
But you
Who
know,
was that with you? Oh, this Kamala Harris. Bitch, what is you doing? They just supposed to be in the office or something? I'm like, no, we don't put the wrong hoe in office.
but you know what's wrong with our black
He
people
said what he
though?
said.
We don't educate ourselves.
No, we did.
Like-
Sure did. But
like
that
me.
bitch in.
I swear to God, I was gonna vote just because he was black, the mayor. He black, fuck it. He get my vote. But I'm like, hell no, he ain't the mayor. We gotta educate ourselves, though. With that shit,
That's true.
that's our problem. We don't educate ourselves.
But
The
that's
whole
a,
world saying Black Lives Matter. I voted for Obama. That's the only time I voted.
that's a bad thing. Aside from Obama, I mean, Obama was what it was. He was black. We voted for him. But other than that, like,
All right.
yeah.
What?
I'm not saying it was a bad choice or
It was a bad
thing.
choice.
We
It was
did
horrible.
we did not get anything out of that.
Facts.
That's what I was saying.
Goddamn,
You know what I'm saying? But the person he went again, we usually are always picking the lesser of two evils, unfortunately.
We did get some
You know
what I'm
Obamacare.
saying?
That shit still.
So you fuck with Trump or no?
Hell to the no.
I do.
Hell
I
no.
fuck with Trump because white people don't like him either. Says he must be doing something right. The white folks don't like that nigga. I like him. It was over for us anyway. Look what we got Biden.
I don't know what we
I
gonna
already had
do.
Trump.
We got,
One thing about Trump, we came together with Trump's office. For sure.
We gotta get Biden bitch ass out of there though.
Hey,
Like, this nigga,
I'm not taking no
shaking
chance
those
on
hands
if
and
niggas gonna
shit.
come
Like, what are
together
you
or not.
doing?
He say he goes in.
We was coming together with Trump was in office. We had each other back for sure. Niggas came together when Trump was in office.
Hey, I
We
mean,
knew he didn't like us. He don't like us.
I'm
We
rather-
all we got.
Listen though,
Joe got in. We separated.
I'd rather have a motherfucker in office we know don't like us, so we know how to deal with versus motherfucker saying you black. Why wouldn't you vote for me? Like, come on now, like. And we know you don't like us either. You the one. What was it? Yeah, back in the day, the bill to put all of our dads and uncles in jail and shit.
the crime bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's even and Kamala too has a history in California. You know what I'm saying? As a
Meek Mill said that.
yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. People don't follow and that's again after the first time I voted for Obama, I actually follow people politics. So I'm like, hey, what are you doing, motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm not saying that I fuck with them, but I fuck with Trump less. And the difference is you see how all the motherfuckers run around here crazy when he was in office versus now that motherfucker on, they back in the hole some goddamn where.
Yeah,
It's like, listen, I cannot, in the position that I am and the shit these motherfuckers was on, I cannot. And like right now, them motherfuckers, look what they doing right now. They run around shooting shit up, blowing shit up, trying to blow shit
you gotta
up.
think about it. You don't want the people to be exposed. They gonna come out and show their face. When Trump was in office,
They showed their face and we still ain't did shit to them. I got a lot of lies with all they face on it. The same motherfuckers go to all the shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's to me, it's just like what is gonna make our everyday life different and better. Them motherfuckers ain't rolling around here terrorizing and showing their face and being comfortable doing it how they was. You know what I'm saying?
They back at work pushing this shit back like they doing this shit behind the scenes now, fucking us up.
Yeah,
They fucking us up either way.
we gotta figure out some kind of way they all get on one accord. Like everybody got some conversations.
How many years that shit gonna take?
I don't care how long it takes. It can take
We
until
can't,
we
we
60.
can't really worry about this shit. You gotta just do that shit.
You got to. That's what I said. We get on one accord, first city, boom. Now let's get the niggas over in Chicago. Y'all get on one accord, boom. Detroit. Now we are the Midwest. They get the whole one initiative, and then
I would love to
Be a
do
myth.
that.
They did that shit.
And it should start with the
drugs.
gang.
I know,
structure.
just
It should
saying
start with
shit.
the gang structures first. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because they, everybody don't, everyone everywhere don't have them or the same ones. But who, like again, Milwaukee is a big city, but it's a small city. Whoever run the east side, who know all these motherfuckers run around on the east side, need to go sit them motherfuckers down and have a conversation with them. Whoever running shit on the north side in these neighborhoods, all the OGs or whoever pulling strings in these neighborhoods need to get control of the motherfuckers over there and bring everybody.
They gotta be money
But
involved.
you gotta understand a lot of this shit is free for all. This shit ain't really organized how like
Too much
Chicago and
We never really had no organization here like that.
even the
No structure.
ain't
Yeah.
structured like it needs to be around this motherfucker. So
These niggas
that
snitching.
makes
We got to create it though. We can't just run around and not have it for forever. You know what I'm saying? Because trust me, these little motherfuckers, they listening to somebody. They ain't just all running
for
around
sure.
on their
They
own.
somebody,
You know,
yeah.
and it's a lot of times it's a grown motherfucker sending them off and telling them wrong. Like back then, you used to couldn't. They wouldn't give me no motherfucking gun. When no older motherfucker like, hey, take my pistol or take this pistol.
Your little ass out my face if I beat your ass.
Right? They like, nigga, you ain't finna fuck my shit off and go do some dumb shit. Now motherfucker like, hey, take this shit. You in third grade? They
And
fucking
steal,
with you.
and
Take
steal the
this.
car too while you at it.
Come on, man.
Drive yourself to school. I ain't taking you today. What the fuck?
You know, somebody taught these little niggas how to steal cars and shit. It just didn't come off YouTube.
Yeah,
Somebody gave them the game on
it
real.
down there did, bro.
Came on
Everything is on the internet right now.
But then you got dumbass grown ass niggas. I bought it for $150. Shut your dumb ass up. Like you got shit like that too. Like people be probably doing dumb shit. You know, damn well you ain't buy no 2021 car for $150. So I'm gonna believe that. That's why he got his ass beat. You take my shit, I'm gonna beat your ass too. So on that note, we checking out. Fat Boy Fresh. We out.
I ain't been on the camera all day.